In Domina, you are a Pokemon trainer, but instead of Pokemon, you have gladiators. And instead of gym badges, you win honor for your family. And instead of getting knocked out, your gladiators will die. It's not like Pokemon at all now that I think about it. Steam lists this game as an action strategy simulation, and this is all well and good, but a more fitting genre for games like this is stress management. In a similar fashion to other stress managers like XCOM or Darkest Dungeon, Domina makes you feel like every choice you make is straight booty. And like those games, you manage a group of soldiers who will go into battle for you, you'll raise them from the ground up, buy them kick-ass new equipment over the course of their lives, take care of their well-being by means of bribery, and nestle them in the soft, safe cushion of your bosom. There really isn't much plot going on in Domina. The story takes place on the tail end of the Roman Empire, and the Emperor declared a year's worth of gladiator combat in order to revitalize the economy and the spirits of the people. You play as the Emperor's daughter, and since your father is a huge dumbass, he left his ludus in shambles, so all of your fighters are weak and puny slaves. Ultimately, it's up to you to restore glory to your family and end the year in triumph. That's all there really is in terms of character motivation, but you're also joined by Tweedledee and Fuckface over here, who occasionally sell you fighters and get into wacky antics. The ultimate goal of Domina is to win the Great Championship Games, which you can qualify for by winning 3 regional championships, and they're all guarded by the Roman equivalent of Majin Buu after he eats Piccolo, but just before he absorbs Gohan, so they're not that strong. But still, pretty strong. Your gladiators start their lives as humble slaves, which you can promote to one of 3 different classes, each one focusing on a different combat style. You start building up your warriors by training them in one of 5 different stats. Hey, look at them go. You can also upgrade their equipment, which affects their damage, defenses, and movement speed.
But Mom, the other guys will make fun of me if I wear this.
On top of all of this, there are a number of perks that you can apply to your soldiers to either increase their efficiency in training or to heighten their combat effectiveness. You also have the option to hire a number of employees to provide a number of buffs to your ludus. There's really a lot of ways to approach how you want to raise your future world champions, and this game taps into the number crunching side of the whole RPG min-maxing thing, so I found it to be incredibly fascinating. Despite your inherent desire to nurture your bundles of joy, you'll eventually hit the point where you can't provide for them on your salary of 0 coins an hour. In this case, you'll have to sell off your more defective offspring because, let's be honest, the weak should be sacrificed for the strong. Or you could just participate in Coliseum battles. The battles work like a top-down action RPG where the primary goal is to kill your opponent, but in the case of preserving your precious angels, you just want to survive. Upon victory, you'll be rewarded with coins, more slaves, stats for your winning gladiator, and occasionally perks and food. These fights are initially AI controlled, but you can unlock a skill that lets you control your guy directly, which is, in most cases, the better choice. On top of the scheduled Coliseum fights, you can also enter underground pit fights where the concept is the same, although you don't get to see your opponent's stats and
by God, he is broken in half!
Typically, these battles are one-on-one ordeals, although the game likes to switch it up once in a while. You liked 1v1? How about 1v3? Not enough for you? What about a lion elimination chamber match? We could go normal, but hold on there, player. We about to make this a 13-on-13 tag team battle royal. Holla holla. Domina is really frustrating, but that's expected from a stress management game, and it's actually one of the charms of the genre, so I don't count that as a negative. There are a couple of tweaks that need to be made to the employees to promote diversity in the decision, because let's be honest, the blacksmith bro is the best and there's no reason to not hire him. The only glaring thing I can think of, and it's weird for me to say this out loud, but you can't pause or save the game. I'd say that if you know what you're doing, a good run can take at least an hour, so if you're starting this game up, you are dedicating that time to focus on this. Which isn't a bad thing because Domina is fun, but for people who like to play games in smaller chunks of time, this won't be an option for you. The devs are working on a save system at the moment of this recording, but it's strange that a game launched in the 8th generation of gaming wouldn't have some method of saving. Like, use a save slot, or even bring back the janky Mega Man password screen. Why do I even have to say this? I really enjoy roguelites overall, so this was a good pickup for me. If you like random events and stat building, give it a look, so we can talk about it and become friends. I'm Dennis the Tall, and I couldn't fit in a picture of Roman Reigns until now. There you go.